You got one?
Yeah.
Oh, right on. All right, guys. So I know that I've bored you for quite some time now, so I'm going to try and move on from that to something else. And so here we go. All right. We're going to build a thing sort of like this. Okay. This is sort of a standardized initial polygonal form that we make. It's jagged. It's exciting. It looks like, I don't know. It looks like it could stick in you and hurt you. But there's some things that I want you guys to be aware of, especially when working with this material and these glues. These glues can be gnarly, okay? If you get it on your hands and you pinch your hands together, your skin's probably going to come off before the glue lets go. So a layer of your skin's going to come off. So be real careful with this. Don't, when you open these, this is crucial, do not open this and throw it in your box. If you do, you will end up with a glued on cap that won't come off later. Trust me. Okay? These things need to have the cap put on them, and they probably need to be kept vertically. I have a box, and so for a while there, what I was doing is I was taping it to the side of the box so it would stay up and down. Another thing that's really very important is keep this away from this. So if you put this in the bottom of your box, don't put this in the bottom of your box. Take it with you somewhere else. Keep it on the outside. Keep it away. Because any fumes that come off of this will make this harden. Okay? All right. So we are going to start out by following some of our initial principles that we talked about in creating a dynamic polygonal shape. First, we're going to start with just a flat surface. Okay? And so we said we were going to try and get a proportion that was longer than width, right? So it's not a one-to-one proportion. And then we also said that we wanted it to have some acute and obtuse angles, okay? And so what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to try and create a shape, all right, that is going to be, I'll make it so that it's about this long. So that's what? It's about 17 or 16 inches long. Okay, and the way we're going to approach this is I'm going to have you guys do these things, and the easiest way that I can get you to follow the right proportion is to start with a rectangle. So what I'm going to say is okay, we're going to start by drawing an initial rectangle, right? That's going to be about 16 inches long. So, and I'm using a Sharpie because I need to be able to, for the camera to see it. All right, and then in the other direction, right, I'm going to make it to where it's about, this wide here. That is 6 inches. Okay, there's about 6. And so I'm going to go ahead and draw that line. Okay, so I have a 16 by 6 rectangle that I'm starting with. Now, that essentially establishes the proportion, right? I can then carve away at the shape and make it into a more interesting polygon by not having right angle corners, right? Okay, so that's what I'm going to do is I think what I'm going to do is I'll just use this as the basis. I'm going to pick a point along one of the long sides of this that's at about the 1/3 point. Okay? So I'm going to pick a point like here at about the 1/3. So this is 1/3 and this is 2/3. Just ballpark it. I could give you a dimension if you want. We could do that. We could say, all right, we'll just go over about 6 inches. So that's right there. Okay? That leaves 10 inches on this side. And what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to create an acute angle at both sides. So now after I've picked that point, I'm going to put, I don't know, about a 20-degree angle there and a 20-degree angle there. All right. And then finally, I'm going to carve down from that third point over towards that acute angle. And I'm going to do the same thing in the other direction. And that gives me my final shape. So I'm going to kind of darken it up for you guys so you guys can see it. So there's my initial shape. And I've created this shape because I'm trying to create something that is, in my mind, relatively dynamic. Okay? That makes sense? And I'm going to reiterate that so you guys, if you want to take some notes, you can. So begin by drawing a rectangle on your cardboard that is 16 inches wide. You're going to note this right now. 16 inches wide and 6 inches deep. All right? If it's sitting right in front of you, on the furthest long edge away from you, measure over 6 inches from the left-hand corner. Right? Now this is all being recorded, so you can always refer back to it. But so from the left-hand corner, measure over 6 inches and put a mark along that long edge. Got that so far? Tell me when I can keep going.
They're writing right here.
The next thing I want you to do is, with a straight edge, I want you at the left hand and right hand edges, I want you to create an acute angle on both sides. The acute angle will be about the same, right? It's going to run from upper left down towards the right. So see, this is the left going towards the right. This is the left going towards the right. Okay? Once you've done that, then you're going to shave off a portion from the 6-inch mark to the first diagonal, and then the same in the other direction towards the other diagonal. Okay? Once you have that shape, you're ready to go. There is one last thing that I want you guys to make sure that you are doing. The corrugated cardboard has corrugations, right? You can see them. They're like wiggly. The corrugations should be running the length of the 16-inch dimension, not across it. So right here you can actually see the corrugations. They're going this direction. Okay? So once you have that, what I want you guys to do is I want you to cut out that shape. Okay? All right, so I'm going to release you guys to go back and perform this function. All right, go ahead and stop the video. You guys, you go.